Hi, would you like to introduce yourself?
What's going on? I'm Chris Price. I graduated in 2023 and I'm from Pittsburgh.
Very
How you
nice. What
doing,
did you study?
Ashley? Biobehavioral health, and then I got a minor in biology.
Cool. So what are you doing now?
Now I'm in med school. Just finished up my second block, so it's going strong.
Yeah, that's awesome though. Have you run into any other Penn Staters in your med school
Yeah,
endeavors?
there's actually a bunch. Nick, I think he graduated like a year behind me. There's Elise. There's a couple more that I forget their names, but there's a lot of them.
There is a lot of them because I mean it's Penn State, so that tracks in my opinion. Biobehavioral health isn't that specific? That's one of the few majors that Penn State has that not a lot of colleges do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that one because I'm pretty sure a year or two after I started, they came out with their pre-med major. Um, at the time, with Best Track, it was a great major. I mean, it was just an amalgamation of everything you would need, plus a couple extra prereqs for school. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah. So you went summer session. You want to talk about why you did that?
So main reason I chose to go summer session was my senior year of high school. I had a concussion, so I missed a bunch of school. So I was like, probably need to dip my toes back into the water of school and whatnot. And yeah, I was like, this is probably the best bet just to slowly adjust myself to the college pace. And it was by far the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah. So what was when you went in for fall semester, what was the difference between those two?
I mean, obviously, there's a lot more people, a lot more classes, but I felt like I knew where everything was. I felt way more prepared just to be there because I'd, done the two summer classes, learned where everything was, made friends, all that. I would say the biggest difference is just the workload and
Yeah.
obviously the amount of people.
Yeah, I have heard that. I mean, I've obviously been on campus during summer and it's pretty quiet, but I've heard a lot of good things about summer session. Did you do any of your major specific courses during summer session, or were you just in your prereqs?
So I did the LEAP program, like half in, half out of the LEAP program, because I did the biobehavioral health one. So one of my classes was BBH 101, and then I had taken dual enrollment at another college. So I got rid of the English requirement, and then I took Psych 100, I think. But yeah, I took those two, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
Pretty
What was
pretty
your favorite
chill,
part
pretty
about Leap?
easy. Um, Probably just having like an instant group of people that you know, like on campus. It was really helpful, especially since we're all taking the same classes. I mean, the biobehavioral health, you know, we had just our group with our mentor, Aaliyah, I think her name was, but we had a group chat. It was pretty easy to get an A in the class.
I love that you guys had a group chat. That's awesome.
I mean,
Leap is now integrated automatically in the summer session. That is something that
oh
has
no,
changed since you've been around. So that means that any student that's coming in a summer session is automatically enrolled in Leap, which
awesome.
I think, from what I've heard, has been beneficial. But it sounds like that Leap was beneficial to you. So I'm
Mhm.
sure that it'll be beneficial to anybody else that's also doing summer session,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is great. So, are you still friends with anybody that you met during Leap or summer session at all?
Yeah, I mean, my group of friends that I made in summer session, I'm still friends with to this day, and it's a big group. And then once fall semester started, we just kind of incorporated more people into that group. We still text in our group chat regularly. Like I just talked to my one buddy the other day on the phone for a couple hours.
That's great. I love that. That makes me so excited for any student that's considering summer session. Because I know that whenever I applied, because as you know, for context for anybody listening, Christopher and I go way back. We are family friends, and we were once neighbors. But we had an extensive history, and he knows that I went to Penn State and I graduated out of Erie. But I had the option to do summer session, and I had no idea what it was. And ended up at Erie instead, which great decision either way. But part of me always wonders what would have happened if I had gone summer session. So I'm glad you had a good experience with it.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part about being on campus during summer?
Probably just the relaxed like pace of it. I mean, we only had two classes, so you know, we'd get up, go to class in the morning, go back to we were in South Dorm, so there's like this we called it the secret library because we didn't want to walk all the way to the other one. Just do our work there and then get everything done. It'd be like, I don't know, 2, 3 o'clock, and then we'd have the rest of the day to just go to the gym, like play basketball, do whatever we wanted, honestly. It was great.
I love that. What was your favorite memory that came out of that?
Um, that's a good one. Probably just hanging out in Swart and Cash's dorm and then just playing a bunch of NHL all the time. Like that was religious after class. We would go do that.
That checks out for you. That
Yeah.
totally checks out. Um, which is great because I mean that means that you got the introduction into classes, but also still had summer activities going on and doing things that you probably would have done if you were at home, just with
Hmm.
different people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a good time. Plus, it was a lot of freedom, Got that extra, what was it, like a month and a half, 2 months of being away from everybody and just like slowly adjusting into the college life where you have, no parents telling you what to do. So you really had to like build yourself up a little bit, but in a more relaxed environment, which was awesome.
Right. And so would you say that helped you when you transitioned into fall semester?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I think at the beginning, it was by far the best decision I've ever made. Um, I knew where everything was on campus. I knew how to talk to people that I've never like interacted with before. I make friends. Knew where all the good food was downtown. That was a plus too. And then just like I said, getting back into the academic swing of things, it was a lot easier having done the two summer courses.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that transition is not easy, and it's definitely not easy, especially for people in like our age range that were during the pandemic and went into school online, and that was not an easy time. So I know that that can be really difficult for a lot of students that may have started high school online and then finished out, and now they're like, okay, well, now I have to leave all of my friends and I have to do this all over again, which can be
Mm.
incredibly intimidating. Um, so I know that you said that you met people through LEAP. Did you meet people that were outside of your LEAP program?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I the two names I mentioned earlier, Swart and Cash, they were not in my lead program, but they were from north of Pittsburgh and then kind of just connected over that pretty much like off the bat. I mean, one of my good friends to this day, he's in PT school at West Virginia. So the only reason I met him is because we were walking out of our it was like the college meeting. Like we were both BBH, I guess, because he was kinesiology, I was BBH, but it was like the same meeting or whatever. We walked out and we both like grabbed a slice of pizza and walked off and we just started talking. I was like, "Are you gonna stay for that?" I was like, "Nah," but just started talking. We're still friends to this day. Yeah.
That's awesome. I
So it
love that.
was,
So would you say that it was relatively easy to make friends outside of your LEAP program then?
yeah. I mean, as long as you're willing to just talk to people, that's all you gotta do is talk to people. I mean, you might not be best friends with everybody, but if you just talk, you will find friends. It's not hard.
So not sitting on your phone in the hub, eating and staring at your phone for 3 hours consecutively.
No, no.
No.
You ain't gonna do that.
Good. I mean, I feel like that's the major tip I've heard multiple times via podcasts from staff, students, just whomever, is that you really have to get off your phone and into the world around you. And that's something that can be said for any situation, not just summer session.
Yeah.
So that's a big tip that I feel like people that are listening can take away from.
Mhm.
I would also ask, what is a tip that you would have for anybody going into summer session that you think that they need to take away from your experience?
Have fun, make the best of it, and you're there for a month and a half. If say you find a group of people that you're not like too keen on, there's like another 40,000 people coming in a month It's you're gonna find friends. I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, biggest piece of advice: have fun, be active, go out of your way to get out of your comfort zone.
That's good advice. That's really good
Mm.
advice. Do you feel like you squandered your summer that year?
No, absolutely not. Like I said, best decision I've ever made.
Yeah. Because I feel
Yeah,
like that was my entire decision making behind not going to summer session was like, I don't want to go because then, I wouldn't be doing what I wanted to do that summer.
that's true. I mean, I would say, I mean, if you have like a vacation you're going on, like you can still do that, obviously. You just do a little extra work in class, but it'll serve you a lot better to have that ed- head start on just college life. And you only get 4 years of it. You're gonna, it's gonna go by real fast, so enjoy it while you can.
Yes, I can confirm it does go by incredibly quick.
Yeah.
I graduated 4 years ago, which actually almost five now, which is
Dang, you're
wild to
old.
say. I'm real old. I just turned 27 last weekend, so we're having a whole time.
Yeah.
So, so when you were there, you obviously were in a residence hall, and I know that you can't live in the same residence hall for a fall semester. How was that
hmm
transition for you?
Uh, it was great. I mean, the South residence, I was in Hoyt in the basement, which was nice because it was a little cooler down there. It was nice just being close to, Subway was right across the street. Makiyaki was right across the street. It was great. And I feel like everybody in summer was a little more close just because it was like a co-ed dorm. Everybody was there for summer session. Nobody really knew anybody, so you got to talking to people real easy. The transition up into East Halls in Packer, which has since been renovated, um, definitely a lot more hectic. I mean, you got, like I said, a couple thousand people in summer semester and then 10,000, 12,000 in fall semester. So it's a lot more hectic, a lot more fun, but made the being in summer semester made the transition to living dorm life just a lot easier because you've been doing it for 2 months.
So you would say that you actually learned to cohabitate with other people in summer session and kind of can handle it the next semester?
Yeah, no, I had a random roommate in summer semester. His name was Noah, a great guy, and didn't really know going in, but still learned to cohabitate very easily. And then found a roommate for fall semester off of the Facebook group, and he's still one of my best friends to this day.
I love that. I'm
Mhm.
friends with some of the people I lived with in my freshman year, which you know that.
Mhm.
I think that the residence halls are such a great place to meet people and find some really lasting friendships.
Oh yeah.
That being said, Facebook groups are a thing, but I will say I have to make this caveat every single time they come up on the podcast. You should not be paying for a Facebook group. If you did, it's not a thing. We don't do that around here. Penn State will never ask you for money to actively go into a Facebook group. So don't pay for a Facebook group because if you don't find a roommate online, you're going to be given one anyways. So don't spend the money. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Just my caveat that I send every single time we talk about roommates and Facebook and all those things. So um, that being said, you obviously were in a residence hall and you were during their summer. Did it feel different because you were in summer and you probably didn't have a fan or
Well, the South one in Hoyt was renovated, so we kept that thing very cool. It was nice. Packer, like I said, was unrenovated at the time, and yeah, it got a little hot, but we just put the two of them box fans in the window, did the job, and then at night it
perfect?
obviously cooled down.
Perfect. And I know that we do have a list of approved fans. So if you are considering summer session or going, you can always check on eLiving for that list because you don't want to bring something that you can't technically have in the residence halls. You can get in a lot of trouble, and that's no fun for anybody. So All right. So when you were about to go into summer session, is there anything that you wish that you knew before you got there that you then learned through summer session?
I think I touched on it earlier, but yeah, just talk to everybody. Uh, it Going somewhere where you don't know a lot of people can be very intimidating, but as long as you just talk to people, I promise you everybody's feeling the same way. Like, how am I going to make friends? How am I going to do X, Y, Z? Just talk to people. You do it like every day. It's not that hard, but go out of your way to just be friendly to everybody and you will find your people, I guess.
Yeah. That happy
Something
by
else.
hospitality kicks in real quick.
Oh yeah. Something else I wish I learned, how much money I would spend on food. I did have the summer dining pass or the dining pass.
Mhm.
But yeah, I spent way too much money on food.
That
So
was
just be
just a you thing,
cognizant of that.
Chris. That was just a you thing. I think that's an only Christopher Price
No,
issue.
no, no shot.
All right. Well, I know we just had that question, and I probably should ask this one earlier. But what was your first impression when you got to campus for summer session?
Where is everybody? First impression, I was like, all right, uh, let's go. I don't know. It's hard to put it into words. It was a little intimidating just because, campus is massive. A lot of like new people. You don't really have your home friends with you. So definitely a little intimidating, but once you get out like a week into it, it'll be great.
I mean, I feel like that first week, even if you are in fall semester or summer session,
Oh yeah.
can be really, really intimidating. Because I still remember very vividly going into my residence hall my freshman year. And I think that's something that everybody has that takeaway of like it's a huge transition in your life. So it's remarkable, and I feel like no matter what you're doing, it's going to be big and scary. But I think the summer session probably made it a little bit easier considering there was less people.
hmm I
But
would
that's
say it made it a lot
speculation,
easier.
obviously.
Yeah, I would say a lot easier.
Yeah.
Mm.
Were there any distinct experiences that you had during summer session that you wouldn't have or didn't have otherwise experienced during the rest of your college years at Penn State?
Uh, yeah, I would say, I mean, just getting to like hang out with your friends for hours on hours. I mean, like I said, it's only two classes if you're doing the LEAP program, so you have a lot of time to have fun. I think they might have gotten rid of it after summer semester, but we always used to take these what were they called? It was some bike
Oh, the
before the
e-bikes.
yeah, but it was before those e-bikes, not like the powered ones. You actually had to pedal. And we miscalculated how far away one of our cars was. So it took us like 30 minutes to bike to this parking lot. And we were, yeah, drenched.
Was it raining or just
Oh yeah,
sweating?
it was pouring. It was pouring.
Oh, but that's
Yeah.
an experience that you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You
just
also
going
probably
out.
learned the actual distance on campus because of
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
it's massive. It's yeah. I mean, made some friends with upperclassmen who were, living in downtown. Went on some hikes down in like Mount Nittany.
I was
Got to
gonna
do
say,
just
did you
a
do the
lot
Mount
of
Nittany?
fun.
I've been here almost 2 years and I still haven't done Mount Nittany.
You haven't?
No.
Damn, I did that summer semester and freshman year.
Yeah.
It's a good
So
hike. You
I'm
should do it.
assuming that you would recommend it if someone gets the opportunity to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Bring
also
water,
think that
but
that's part of the issue is that I wouldn't say it's an issue, but I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten around to doing it is just because I've been busy during the summer, and clearly
yeah.
during summer session you don't have as much going on, so you have the availability to
hmm
do so. So there's an activity for anyone listening that's considering summer session. So what would you say to someone in consideration that's currently looking at applying or is looking at the option between fall and summer session? How would you convince them to attend using the 3 words and that's it?
The three words myth. I don't want to steal Nike. You could do that. No, that's two words. Um, I mean, yeah, just do it. It's so much fun. I know that's trademarked, but
I mean,
yeah, like
I
I
know
can't
it's
think of
yeah, it
anything
is
else.
trademark, but that's good advice. Honestly, just bite the bullet. Um,
Yeah, there you go. Bite the bullet. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the roundabout way of saying it. A little more aggressive, but definitely the roundabout. Rip the band-aid.
Yeah, there we go. That works
Rip
too.
the band-aid. Yeah. I think that I've heard nothing but good things about summer session. Like I said, Leap is now integrated into the program. So you don't have to individually reach out and sign up through that now. But overall, I think that from what I've heard, it's a great time. Like, is there anything that you've heard that your friends have said about it that you're like, that's, oh, you agree vehemently with, or just
I
any
mean, every one of
sentiments?
my friends, sorry, every one of my friends that were doing it with me loved it. And every friend that I had that didn't do it says that they honestly wish that they would have considered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I would have considered it a little bit more heavily. I also didn't really know what it was in its like entirety. I thought that it was a full-fledged semester and that I would
Mhm.
be doing a lot of work and I would be out of my depth and not supported. And from what I can tell, they have a great deal of support for like not just staff because they have the student mentors like you said, but they
Mhm.
also have counselors that will help you through, summer session. And get you through and be like, hey, if you have questions, we're here. Or like sometimes I know that we talked to, I believe it was Kelly Griffith, who's in charge of summer session.
Mhm.
She's the Penn State part of the side of things, but she was saying that sometimes parents will reach out and be like, "Hey, I feel like my student's struggling, and I'd like them to get some support." So then the mentors will get in touch with them and be like, "Hey, I know you're interested in X, Y, or Z. Why don't we go down and do this? Like, say that we're going to, I know you said you're interested in volleyball. There's a volleyball court in the dorms up here. Why don't we go that way and see if there's anybody wanting to play volleyball?" So if you're actively looking to do a summer session and you don't know what it is and you're like, I don't feel like I'm going to meet people, even if you're not someone who's comfortable reaching out with people, there are people that are here to help you if you want to do summer session for sure.
Mhm.
Um, my next question for you, Chris, is how did summer session impact the rest of your experience at Penn State and like further on? Has it impacted you past Penn State at all?
Well, first off, I would say, yeah, summer semester, best semester that I've had at Penn State. I mean, fall semester freshman year was fun too, don't get me wrong, and every other one, minus the COVID one, was fun. Don't get me wrong, but it was probably the best one just because, like I said, you have so much time. You get to just hang out with your friends and just dip your feet in the water of like all that Penn State has to offer. Um, Out of college now, uh, I would say, yeah, like I have previously said, just going up and talking to anybody, like just putting yourself out there, being able to talk to a brick wall, for instance, like, yeah, that skill has definitely helped and it definitely will help in my future career.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I feel like I've struggled heavily with making friends and just putting myself out there. My freshman year, I wasn't in summer session, but that was something I did, and taking the risk to talk to people, leaving my room open in the residence hall. Obviously, while I was in the room, but like while people were around, you never want to just leave your residence hall open. Don't do that. But obviously like there are plenty of ways to make friends and I think that that's a skill because it's like a networking skill almost and I feel like
Hmm.
that's something
Yeah,
that you can definitely use beyond just your academics in school and work and all those things for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
So I know we said in 3 words, but what would be like your final takeaway other than just doing it in for a summer session? Is there anything that you wish that like you would have said to yourself now that you've been through that?
Um, it's gonna be the best semester that you're gonna remember. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I recommend it to anybody, like anybody and everybody. I wish more people did it actually.
That's a good one. I might
Yeah.
have to use that one on the socials. I wish more people did summer session. Yeah,
Okay.
I might have to use that. That's a good one. But overall,
Definitely.
you speak very highly of it. So I'm just trying to leech anything that I can get out of you because
Um,
I mean,
trying to think what else.
I have heard so many things and so many good things, and I can't personally speak on it. And
Yeah.
I know current students that are here that have said that they had friends that did it. They got to fall camp like for fall semester, and they met people that had already been here, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's over here," and now they have the
Hmm.
connections. So from my understanding is even if you don't do summer session, you can find friends that have, and they have that benefit in the upper hand, so to speak. Not the
Absolutely.
upper hand, but like they know where to go, so to
Yeah,
speak.
exactly. Like I said, I
So
knew where Subway was, all the good food. Knew a couple people who had apartments off campus already, which was nice because, you can only fit so many people in a tiny little dorm.
hmm yeah, for
Um,
hangouts and stuff like
yeah,
that.
knew where to go to class. Um, just little spots that are cool, like Buki building. We would go there and study religiously, like throw down the projector, put on whatever game was on. Yeah, just I wouldn't have known that if it didn't go to summer session because nobody else was there. But
Right, because you have more time to kind of experience and look around campus because
Mhm.
you don't have the like you don't have people looking at you, watching you doing things and trying to figure
Yeah,
these things out.
exactly.
So you almost get the hidden gems of campus.
Yeah. I'm also pretty sure the golf course was cheaper too. Don't quote me on that though.
So
No,
that's a big
we did a
takeaway
lot
is
of
like if
that too.
you get a cheaper experience for golf.
Oh no, yeah, we were out there at least 2, 3 days a week.
That's
It was
funny. That's
awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting exercise and you got to walk that course because those cart fees are not cheap.
Oh no, we paid the car fees. I'm not walking that.
I mean, you're already walking campus, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that's all the questions I have. I wanted to thank you for joining me. I know that you're busy with school, but overall, thanks for being here. And if you were listening and you have questions about summer session that we didn't get to, you can always email us at admissions@psu.edu or send us a message on anywhere that there's a social hashtag at PSU admissions. So just one more time, Chris, thank you for coming and answering questions.
Thanks for
And I
having
wish
me.
you luck in your next semester. And I will see you at some point eventually.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Adios.